primary attraction for Zambia is one, of course, is a politically stable country. The last few years, Zambia has been also growing, has had stable economic growth, apart from the recent past when there's been some challenges, mostly because of the developments in the global commodity environment, because Zambia has got a heavy dependence on copper. And then democratically, there have been several transitions of government in Zambia, and all of that has been done in a stable fashion. Aside from that, geographically, Zambia is centrally located, surrounded by 8 countries.
If you look over the years, it has been very stable, and I think the Zambian government wants serious investors to come here, and I think there are a lot of opportunities for companies to become serious investors here, and there are incentives from the government to that effect. The whole climate is conducive for business. And I think the good thing of Zambia is if you look the position of Zambia on the map, we are surrounded by, I think, 9 neighboring countries. And some of them are not doing very well. The Congo market is enormous and they don't produce so much there. So for that market, you could export.
Locally estimated total national demand, 864.6 million eggs. Total annual production, 1.1 billion eggs. Estimated availability for export, 235.4 million eggs. It is estimated that 400,000 eggs a day are taken to Katanga region from Zambia.
Zambia is a member of SADC and COMESA. These are regional economic groupings, which means again that exports from Zambia have got preferential access into these markets. So generally when one deals with Zambia, one doesn't just deal with the population of Zambia. One also deals with the 8 countries surrounding Zambia as well. So there's potential for basically Zambia serving as a platform into those markets.
Well, poultry is booming in Zambia. There's more poultry farms going up all over the place. If you look at Luanshya, if you look on the way to Lusaka, there's big poultry farms going up. But that's just to surface the market. The market's still wide open.
So we work together with the Poultry Association of Zambia and the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands based in Harare, which also represents Zambia. And we were looking at how we could improve the growth of the poultry sector here and looking at common interests. But then we found out that there wasn't that much information about what the real interests were of Zambian companies to look for international investment, and vice versa. We didn't really know exactly what the Dutch companies would be interested in to invest in. So we felt that doing this market study would give us a very concrete answer to what the investment opportunities were, but also it would give us an opportunity to provide better business links, being well informed on what kind of matches we could make between the companies. The main findings were that there were several investment opportunities in the sector, including investments in equipment, like feed manufacturing equipment, hatchery equipment, but also processing equipment. We also looked at opportunities in the drugs and vaccines. There was a lot of opportunities to improve the services provided there, and also on feed additives.
Currently, poultry production stands at slightly over 1 billion eggs and 73 million broilers annually. Coupled with a steady demand, a steady local demand due to growing middle class and a growing export market, Zambia is projected as one of the largest exporters of poultry products after South Africa. If Zambia can increase production capacity.
The Copperbill chickens basically started 3 years ago. The owners of this business, they engaged in, instead of going into broilers on the ground, they engaged into chickens into cages, which is a very modern system for Africa, a very modern system for Zambia. We want to first go to around 45 to 47,000 a week, and then double up to around about 80,000 to 100,000, and then we would like to see the biggest picture is 1 million birds a month. Our expansion program would be development of value-added products, value-added sausages, Viennas, marinated product ranges, a lot of product ranges that are coming from Lusaka. We can busy do it with our processing plant. We have, at the present moment, we have a big smoker that we brought in, that we can smoke chickens. It's a big commodity. We're looking at Hungarian sausages. So it's a massive opportunity. Basically, we haven't got enough chicken at the present moment for our market. And the biggest thing is, for the future of this business is expansion program, and to complete the project of the last 3 sites is of utmost importance to get those 3 sites up and running, and that Copperbill chickens can slaughter 5 days a week instead of 2 and 3 days a week.
Our market size on the farm currently is around 3,300 units a day. That's 1,000 trays. I'd like to increase our chickens to 200,000 birds, because the market is there. Everybody's concentrated on the mines. But now it's agriculture. The business opportunity in agriculture is unfathomable. It's huge. It's huge. If we get the right knowledge, all it is knowledge to go forward.
This college actually is a farm, I would say. We have more than 600 hectares of land. In it, of course, it's also divided into farming units, such as we have the dairy, we have the poultry, we have the crop section, we have the piggery, we have the beef, and also and other enterprises per se. Zambia College of Agriculture actually owns a feed plant. It's quite a huge equipment out there with a capacity of over 72,000 tons per day that we're able to produce, if it was to be in full capacity. But for some time now it has been lying idle. Why? Because of the fact that to recapitalize it has become quite a challenge to us as a college. So that equipment is actually it's a gold lying idle. You can dig gold out of it. It is able to supply feeds to the central region. Maybe the whole central, of course Zambia is able to do that, and even to our neighbors. If we are able to just put 1 or 2 things in place. The plant, of course, was established to supply feeds to farmers around this place, in terms of poultry feeds, dairy feeds, pig feeds, and so on and so forth, and also to supply feeds for the college beds that we are producing.
Well, what we are interested in right now is farm inputs. If we can link ourselves to organizations or individuals out there that can afford us an opportunity of having an in-house high-capacity hatchery, and any alternative sources of energy, obviously to power up the hatcheries, and anything else affiliated to us being effective in delivering our end product.
What is there now is to have a hatchery, some hatcheries. If you can expand with the hatcheries, because our hatchery is only one and it is used even by other people. It's only not only us. We have some clients who are coming from as far as Sinazongwe, Monze, coming to our place, bring some eggs. And we are charging them 2 kwacha per day because of this load shed. So that we can also, as you can see now, right up now we don't have power, but we are running with a standby genset. So we want to expand. We need another genset so that, especially when the black astrolop will be in full production, we won't have enough space for the eggs.
We have a serious energy crisis here. There's not enough electricity. So if there are Dutch companies that, let's say, are involved with solar, and especially solar relating to poultry, there are enormous opportunities here, I think.
We were approaching big supermarkets like Spar in Choma and Livingstone or ShopRite. Then we were told, do you have a slaughterhouse? The answer was no. Again, we were asked, if we give you a contract, would you be able to produce chickens of about 10,000 every after 3 weeks? Then we said, yes, we can. On production point of view, we are safe.
You know, at the moment, like I said just now, that a lot of the poultry is being kept by small-scale farmers. So I think it would be nice if we can uplift those type of farmers to a higher level, so that they either increase the number of birds they keep or the number of layers they keep. And I think when that comes, there are issues like maybe on housing, ventilation, things like that, because everything is done rather crude here, not as sophisticated as in the Netherlands, where you have climate-controlled houses and the lighting and all these kind of things. We don't have that, and I think in these areas the Dutch have a lot of expertise, and I think that expertise they can apply here in Zambia.
Like I said, the Dutch government has got a number of instruments that Zambia is eligible for. One of them, for example, is the Sustainable Entrepreneurship Fund and Food Security Fund. And through that grant, applicants can get 50% of the cost, total investment cost of a project as a grant. So basically, you know, this can go up to €1 million, €2 million they can get as a grant, and then they source the other amounts of money. And that money can be used for projects that impact food security, that increase food security, primarily in agriculture. So there's some business instruments that, you know, that are available. But even, for example, through infrastructure development, you know, at the moment the Netherlands government is sponsoring, for example, the training of Zambian road contractors in asphalt road development. Now, when you have better infrastructure, it basically means that you can move your inputs and your outputs much more easily. So this has a beneficial and positive effect on the growth of the agriculture sector. So there are a number of ways, through the instruments that are available for Zambia, and also through trade and investment promotion. I mean, through the two, you can actually have a positive effect on agricultural growth.
No, I think the opportunities are here, and I've said it before also. We had once a Dutch trade delegation here, and Dutch companies came here, and I told them, you must come. Africa is a continent of opportunities, but don't be too scared to take risks. You need to take risks, and the Dutch, that's how Holland became big, because the Dutch used to take risks.
With an annual investment of $80 million, Zambia has high potential to contribute to the growth of Africa's poultry industry. We invite you to Zambia to discover tremendous opportunities for investment. Zambia is open for business. Zambia is open to you.